School's out for the summer here at the Star. 5 weeks away from training camp. Time for our All-OTA team and bold predictions for Oxnard on the Blitz, starting now.
Pops out to the right, breaks a tackle. They blitz it. Prescott throws it down the right side for Lamb. Caught it! Back to throw, rush, sacked by Parsons.
Belt tie snap. Prescott with plenty of time. Lobs it end zone. Jake Ferguson.
It is time for a Father's Day edition of the Blitz. Inside the Globe Life studios here at the Star in Frisco. Happy Father's Day to all of you out there. Bill Jones along with Kyle Youmans, the father of, not the original triplets, but the father of triplets. Not the Cowboy triplets, but your own triplets. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to you. And it has been a big week here at the Star in Frisco with the mandatory minicamp. And it was perfect attendance, as Brian Schottenheimer quickly pointed out. And it's a wrap up to the offseason.
Yeah, it was kind of an emotional ending to the offseason for Brian Schottenheimer. The way he wrapped things up on Thursday following the final walkthrough of minicamp was that it felt like a dream come true, and you could feel that from Brian Schottenheimer. He spoke to the buy-in from his players on the roster, the guys that competed at the high level, that ran at the high level that they did, but also the camaraderie and the fellowship within the building as well that you can talk to the culture change about. So guys like Micah Parsons, who has the contract questions around him, coming in and participating in some drills in meetings and whatnot throughout the week. It felt like that perfect attendance mark was a really important milestone for Brian Schottenheimer. They hit that, and they got a lot of work done over the last couple of days. Tuesday, Wednesday, both being full practices. Of course, no pads, but still full OTA-style practices, as Brian Schottenheimer alluded to. And then the walkthrough Thursday to wrap it up and send us into a 5-week break, getting ready for training camp in Oxnard.
We shall see how many games this team wins on the field to come September and October. But the head coach has won every press conference so far. I'll just say that much. And Micah Parsons talked to the media earlier this week, too.
How hopeful are you to get a deal done before you go to Oxnard?
I'm pretty hopeful. I'm still, hanging tight. Like, I understand it's up to him, and he gives the green light on everything. So hopefully something's done, by next month.
How do you avoid getting anxious as this thing starts to drag on a little bit?
I just keep on working. At the end of the day, man, I still love football. I think it's still about football. I understand the business side always kind of creeps in every couple years in the football world, but I just keep it about football.
We'll see what happens as far as the contract extension for Micah, but he was on the field talking with Jerry Jones for nearly a half hour in Tuesday's practice, and he says he does plan on being in Oxnard regardless.
Yeah, and I really liked what we saw from Micah this week, not only showing up amid a contract dispute, because we've seen other big-time players across the league not show up for their minicamps while in the middle of contract talks, but that press conference was on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, he worked into some individual drills, as you can see here, because he just could not hold back. That competition element is certainly important for Micah Parsons. You heard him quote there that he wants to keep it about football, even with the money being talked about between Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons' party. They did that. He kept it about football. He had this conversation. Then the next day, he worked in there and was there for his teammates throughout the week. I had a lot of respect for the way that Micah handled that throughout the week, and I look forward to that contract being done sooner rather than later whenever we get closer to training camp.
All right, we're just getting started on this edition of The Blitz. Coming up later in the show, bold predictions for training camp in Oxnard. But coming up next, who earned a spot on Kyle's All-OTA team? I bet Kyer Elam did.
The Dallas Cowboys Blitz, presented by Blockchain.com, is brought to you by AT&T, an official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
Bro, this is a blessing every day that we get in this building, bro. Amen. So honor that blessing, honor the privilege that it is to play for this team, bro, putting that work. 1, 2, 3. Let's get this going. Here we go. Come on, let's just start us off, baby. Here we go. Attack! Attack! Fuck off, Big J. Come on, Big J. Finish up, Tay. Finish up. Here we go. All right, I got the white. You can't be anywhere past the blue. Two side. Oh, yeah. Go. Come on, man. Let's compete, man. Let's get out here and compete. Go. Look at the ball. Woo! You got some gas going today, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Hands. Hit it. Hit him in his hip. Hit him in his hip. Get up. Boom. Hands on the top trap. Good. Come on. Let's work. As quick as you can go. As quick as you can go. Fish hook, Jay. Fish hook, Jay. Fish hook, Jay. Lean into it. Go, baby. Go, baby. Good. Good burst. Good burst. Go get it, Sam. 22 miles an hour. 22 miles an hour. Go, baby. Go, baby. Go, baby. That's it right there. That's it right there. Raise your hand if you dominated your get-off competition today.
I dominated because it was me versus me. I tried my best.
You sound like a nerd. I shouldn't be able to beat you, but I did.
That'll get you fired up for some football. Aaron Whitecotton, the Cowboys' new defensive line coach. And, I'm going to name him my All-OTA assistant coach team. All right?
Love it.
How do you like that? All right.
Love it.
Kyle, though, he's taking it a step or two further. It's your All-OTA team, starting on the offensive side of the
Starting on the offensive side, quick note, I'm not including former All-Pros or Pro Bowlers with the Cowboys. I'm going a different direction. I want to look deeper into this Cowboys roster, into some of the position battles we could see going into training camp. As we said, the offense first. That means Dak Prescott out of the equation. Joe Milton was incredible. He had some great days, had some ups and downs, but for the most part, as it went along between OTAs and minicamp, I was really impressed coming away with his arm talent, his accuracy by the end of it, and the way that he picked up the scheme. He's been praised by multiple throughout this coaching staff for the most part. Miles Sanders, Jalen Crawford, Tyler Guyton, all of these guys are impressive in their own right. Of course, Guyton changing his diet was a big storyline this offseason, trying to take that left tackle spot to the next level. But I want to hit on Brevin Spann-Ford. He's my offensive standout, somebody that didn't anticipate going into OTAs, or I didn't anticipate going into OTAs in minicamp to have the weeks that he did. Brevin Spann-Ford with his size, 6'7" plus, he's got that big build. I'm excited to see how he can add a receiving element. He had a couple big touchdown grabs, even rotated in with the ones during minicamp, during the 7-on-7 and the full all-11 team practice session. So a lot of this from Brevin Spann-Ford is hope. I think there's a chance he makes the roster coming forward. We'll have more on that as the show goes on.
All right, undrafted out of Minnesota last year, going into his second year. All right, we switch over to the defensive side of the football.
And remember, I'm only taking one player per position, not a full 11. Defensive tackle Solomon Thomas. I mean, he was a storyline in his own right, just being on the field, looking at the physique that he has. That's something significant as well. I'll skip over Ezeraku for a moment. Jack Sanborn making a push for a possible starting linebacker spot. Wanye Thomas is somebody that's been mixing in both at the cornerback spot, inside at the nickel, and at safety as well. And then I want to hit on Ezeraku, best rookie, I think, by far across the board, other than maybe Tyler Booker. And then Kaiir Elam as a cornerback that the Cowboys traded for early in the offseason. It felt like every single practice there was a pass breakup or interception or near interception from Kaiir Elam. Of course, as a former premium draft pick, the Cowboys could really utilize him in the depth at that cornerback spot. He's making a push to be in that rotation at corner, which could be a huge plus for Matt Eberflus on the defensive side.
So there you have it. I don't know that anyone's done an all-OTA team before, but Kyle Youmans has done one, and that should get you fired up for some football and for training camp in Oxnard, California. Speaking of that, when we come back here on The Blitz, Nicole Hutchison will join us, and some camp confessions, some bold predictions for Oxnard.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Reliant, the official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
This week in Cowboys history, it was just 9 years ago that Dallas made a huge move. That's when the Cowboys conducted their final practice at Valley Ranch in Irving after 31 seasons. It was also the last practice at Valley Ranch for two rookies, quarterback Dak Prescott and running back Zeke Elliott, who both made the Pro Bowl that season. For Prescott, he became the only rookie quarterback in team history to be so honored.
Yes, I remember it well. Welcome back to the Blitz. Bill Jones and Kyle Youmans now joined by Nicole Hutchison. And yes, I do remember Dak at that mini camp, that last practice at Valley Ranch, and a lot of us in the media were thinking he's the fourth string quarterback on this team. Jamil Showers was ahead of him, and Dak, and of course Tony Romo and Kellen Moore. And my bold prediction coming into that training camp that year was that Dak Prescott would be the starting quarterback to start the season.
You know what? That was a wild and bold prediction, but you got it right. I know, Nicole, you've been watching minicamp practices out here as well. There's some bold predictions that can happen between now and Oxnard.
Absolutely. Are you guys ready for mine?
Yeah, let's go.
Are y'all sure y'all are ready for
bold
this?
prediction for training camp right here.
Wanye Thomas will be a starter in the secondary.
Okay.
Just hear me out here, okay? Just hear me out, because he has been taking some reps with the ones, of course, with Donovan Wilson off to the side rehabbing. He's taken some reps with those split safety looks alongside Malik Hooker, so that is something to keep your eye on, but it's really the nickel cornerback position that is something that I am looking forward to, because, of course, the Cowboys have been putting Deron Bland, getting him some reps in the nickel position, but they've also been giving Israel Mukuamu, also Wanye Thomas, and a little bit of, Kalen Carson as well. But you talk about Wanye Thomas, who has shown that he can be that physical guy in the secondary. He's very quick, something that you do need at the nickel position. He's also great in coverage as well. And something that he did tell me in locker room this week is that he is just trying to do anything to get on the field, guys. I mean, this is somebody that has a chip on his shoulder. You talk about a guy that came in 2022 as an undrafted free agent, has showed that he can be a key contributor in 2023 and 2024 as well when his name was called upon. So I'm very excited about Wanye Thomas. I'm calling it. He's going to be a starter in the secondary.
All right,
guys.
that is a bold prediction. All right, Kyle, what do you have as your bold prediction?
You know, it's funny. We just finished talking about my All-OTA team, and I mentioned Brevin Spanford at the tight end position. I think he's got a shot to be tight end too. He was still given the twos treatment in that final minicamp practice on Thursday, where it was Luke Schoonmaker and Jake Ferguson ahead of him. He worked with the second team led by Joe Milton. But I think by the end of training camp, watch out for him to not only make the roster, but to possibly challenge Luke Schoonmaker for that second tight end spot. Brian Schottenheimer talked about it. The size helps him from a run blocking standpoint, but it also helps him as a pass catcher. He's shown speed. He's shown agility. If he can have that change of direction and have the hands to compound with it, watch out for Brevin Spanford to not only be an option in the ground game, but be an option for Dak Prescott in the passing game as well.
All right, very good. And, okay, just like in 2016, I really did not have the bold prediction about
You can
Dak
brag about it.
starting
It's okay.
quarterback. But I will go with a rookie for my bold prediction going into this training camp. It's the second-round pick, number 44 overall. It's Donovan Ezaraku out of Boston College. He won the Ted Hendricks Award last year as the top defensive end of the country. He had 16.5 sacks. Not going to say he's going to have 16.5 sacks in his rookie season in the NFL, but there is the opportunity available for him opposite Micah Parsons. The opportunity's there for Sam Williams, for Dante Fowler as well. But I think this guy's got the makeup as a rookie. He could have a double-digit sack season.
Wow.
Ezaraku rocks during training camp. We're going to see it.
You've liked what he's done out there too.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that from even what Schottenheimer has mentioned, he said really impressed him about 1,000 times. But I think that he comes in with the mentality of he wants to be a starter in this league. And I'm excited about Ezaraku as well.
All right, a really good job, Nicole. And when we come back here on the Blitz, other rookies to talk about, the Rookie Report when we come back.
This segment was brought to you by Reliant, the official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
Earlier this week at the Star in Frisco, the Bank of America Rookie Premier gave an inside look to the 2025 Dallas Cowboys rookie class and included a Q&A with Cowboys VP of Player Personnel, Will McClay. It was hosted by myself and Barry Church, former Dallas Cowboys safety, as we introduced those in attendance to the new rookie class. Both as draft picks and undrafted free agents. We even got the chance to see some competition between the rookies in a rock, paper, scissors tournament to cap it all off. The entire event is available online at DallasCowboys.com and streaming on the Dallas Cowboys Now app right now.
I love it. That's been the theme of this offseason, competition. So who won rock, paper, scissors?
Jaden Blue won, rookie running back out of Texas.
All right, Jaden Blue.
He's used to throwing up the horns up, but he had a couple rock, paper, scissors.
There you go. There you go. He did the scissors with the horns.
That's what he did.
All right, let's talk about the rookies. This rookie report, let's start at the top of the class. Let's start with the offensive guard out of Alabama, Tyler Booker. What are you thinking?
He's checking all the boxes at the moment. That's the biggest thing for Tyler Booker right now because there's no contact between the offensive and the defensive line. So you want to see him picking up the playbook, picking up coverages, picking up footwork. All of those things check the boxes for Tyler Booker, and because of that, he rotated in right where you expected him to as the starting right guard. It was Cooper Beebe at center for the majority of the one snaps, and Tyler Booker was right there to his right with Terrence Steele on the outside at right tackle. With him being the first-round pick, that's what you want to see out of OTAs and minicamp. Right now, everything checks out for Tyler Booker, and we all know just how much he's been praised off the field for his temperament, his focus, and even his personality, all of those pointing in the right direction.
All right, everybody wanted the Cowboys to draft a running back. It wasn't until the 5th round. It was that man, Jaden Blue, out of Texas.
Yeah, I just don't want people to count out Jaden Blue. Of course, OTAs and minicamp are really tough to tell what is going on directly at the running back position. I liked the way they used him as a pass catcher out of the backfield on certain occasions. They lined him up in a couple of different spots, much like they did with Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders ahead of him on the depth chart. We're going to see a lot more of Jaden Blue come training camp, and especially come the preseason. I think that's going to be a fun backfield with Joe Milton and Jaden Blue kind of combining for that speed element in those preseason games. Don't count out Jaden Blue to not only make the roster, but make an impact as a rookie here in Dallas.
How about the other 5th-round draft pick? Cowboys actually traded up to take Shamar James, the linebacker out of Florida.
Yeah, and he was unavailable because of an injury in minicamp, but OTAs were so significant that he earned a lot of praise from Matt Eberflus and this defensive staff. I talked to one staff member earlier this week and said even without James being on the field through minicamp, he was still somebody that stood out among the rookie class. His athleticism, his change of direction, as you can see here, and really the way he's picked up the coverages in that playbook all point in the right direction for James as well, much like it did for Booker as the first-round pick, too.
All right, just to give you an idea of what's going on with the rookies, of course, we'll see all of them at training camp, and when we come back here on the Blitz, some dates to know as training camp is 5 weeks away.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery are here. Play today. To watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. The Dallas Cowboys Blitz, presented by Blockchain.com, was brought to you by AT&T, an official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com.
3 things coaching for me you got to do, right? You got to teach, you got to develop, and you got to inspire.
Today we have the coaches clinic, so just growing some of our coaches, wanting to get some more information, learn from what the Cowboys are doing, and then also see what we can implement at our school.
Once this joker behind me leaves and I got this outside arm locked out, I'm not giving ground. I come over the top trap and I show back up in my gap.
Oh, it's very meaningful. Like I said, it gives coaches at all levels that opportunity to learn and grow, and you just fellowship, because I've learned that this game is about networking. And one thing that this provides is a network opportunity, and to just get like minds around each other and bounce ideas off each other.
The Cowboys and Nike at the Diversity Coaching Summit. Great opportunity for local high school coaches to learn from the Cowboys coaches. We're wrapping up the Blitz here. Bill Jones and Kyle Youmans, and some key dates to remember as the Cowboys will head to Oxnard, California on Sunday, July 20th this year, Kyle.
Yeah, I can't wait for this, as always. It's a great tradition. You're going to get a really good look at this Cowboys team early on. Of course, not only are they going to have that blue and white practice on that first Saturday in August, but but you're also going to turn around and have the preseason game at the Rams and a joint practice against the Rams as well. Lots of good work out on the West Coast yet again.
Yeah, a couple of home preseason games. Cooper Rush and the Baltimore Ravens will be coming in here
right back
on
here.
August 16th. All right, that does it for another season of the Blitz. At 21 years of the Blitz. How about that? For Kyla Youmans and Nicole Hutchison, I am Bill Jones. We appreciate you joining us here for the Blitz, and we will see you in Oxnard, California.